To meet Iraqi Vice President Tariq Al-Hashemi, I went to semi-autonomous region of Iraqi Kurdistan. He has been accused of orchestrating a series of terrorist attacks against politicians and security forces in Iraq. An Iraqi judicial committee issued a warrant arrest, and since then he has been hiding in autonomous region of Iraqi Kurdistan.
3 of your bodyguards have appeared on Iraqi television, and the government say they confess, Archie, you have been involved with assassination and terror. When they were arrested?
4 years. They are working for me. 2 of them, the 2 officers, in fact, they are working for me. They are just arrested, I think, a week ago.
And then they confessed so quickly?
Within 48 hours.
48 hours?
48 hours. They, as I saw in the TV, in fact, they confessed about various quite complicated historical events happened in the past. Part of them assassination, car bombs, and different types of terrorism acts within 48 hours, that my bodyguards are involved in such wide scale of terrorism, and the Vice President has no knowledge about. It's really funny.
Sir, you have been accused of serious crimes. You've been accused of running a death squad and ordering and funding assassination of politicians and Iraqi security forces. Is that true?
No, entirely, absolutely groundless. And I will advocate myself. I am absolutely innocent. The reason to get it, the reason he would like to govern Iraq in the style of one-man show. Simple as that. This is the main reason. Myself, one of the main critics for Mr. Al-Maliki, because of his bad behavior and bad management and deeply corrupted and unrespect to the human rights. So this is why I am paying the cost at this particular time.
Are you willing to go back to Baghdad and face the court to clear your name?
Time being, no, at all in Baghdad, because I'm looking for at least the minimum justice, in fact, for our judicial courts, which is not available for the time being. Let us talk on compromise. Let us talk on something in the middle, which could satisfy you and satisfy me. What I need, my suggestion is to transfer the case from Baghdad to Kurdistan. Kurdistan judicial system is just part of the national judicial system. I'll be satisfied, in fact, because at least I feel that the justice will be available here in Kurdistan will be much better than what available, in fact, in Baghdad. And don't forget, my life now, will be risky, in fact, if I go to Baghdad, because I receive many threats, in fact. So at least I should look for an immunity for myself. And I doubt that Al-Maliki is going to provide the immunity needed after he dissolved my security. I do have a battalion. My battalion are now, part of it now in the prison, and the other part is being detained now in my house, in the green zone, and being disarmed. And so how can I provide my personal security in this regard?
What is the solution to this political crisis in Iraq? Obviously, there's so many problems between your faction and Mr. Maliki. Do you think you will ever able to work with him again?
It will be very, very difficult. It will be very, very difficult, and it might be impossible.
What would you offer?
I don't think we need somebody else, in fact, who has a belief and ready to commit himself with power sharing. American should shoulder responsibilities about the style of management, style of ruling that we do have now, unfortunately. We don't have, in fact, a modern, transparent state of law, state of institution, democratic country, all this which has been circulated by American administration. Not true. What we do have, unfortunate, is sectarian-oriented, non-independent judicial system.
There has been several explosions, coordinated explosions in Baghdad. Do you think it has anything to do with the political rifts in Iraq?
First of all, in fact, if the security apparatus and the army, which they are responsible for internal securities, directed to pursue the innocent people, like my bodyguard and the vice president, and turn their eyes from the terrorists to the innocent people. What does it mean? This means that those terrorists are going to move inside Baghdad freely without any monitoring. This is one. Second, what happened yesterday is an organized crime. I'm sure that body inside the government manipulated all these explosives and the damages. Nobody else could be qualified for that at all. And this is not the first time. This style of terrorist attack, it's well beyond even Al-Qaeda to do it. What has been done is well organized. The people who plant all these explosives, they went freely, without any obstacles, regardless of many checkpoints that we do have. And simultaneously, all these car bombs and explosives went off in one time. It's well organized. This is an organized crime. Those who be behind all these explosives and incidents, part in the security of the government. I'm sure about that.
Difficulty continues. What do you predict for the future of the country?
Well, I'm not, this time I'm not optimistic, unfortunately. And Mr. Al-Malik himself, in fact, bear the entire responsibilities. People very much worried about the future. And Al-Maliki put my country into an unknown future. And he is the only man who could be held responsible for whatever happened to my country and to my people.
I was listening to the detail you mentioned, Iran. Do you think in any ways Iranian may have been encouraging Mr. Maliki to take this kind of action in Iraq?
Well, I don't have concrete evidence on that, and I can't hold Iran responsible for what happened. But I could say that Iran was all the time annoyed because of my critics against their unbelievable and illegitimate interference in my internal issue, in my country internal issue. Iran, unfortunately, was not a fair and responsible neighbor for Iraq.
What is your situation currently in Kurdistan? Are you a guest? There is a rumor in the media, they say Mr. Hashemi might go to Turkey, or at least some Turkish official actually have invited you to go there.
That's right, yeah.
Could you please a little bit elaborate on that?
I said since Sunday I was here in Kurdistan, according to an administrative order issued by the president, to join him here in Sulaymaniyah and to be close with him, to assist him running his routine work. I will stay in Kurdistan for some time to come until the president see that his physical fitness getting good. I might go elsewhere. I am running my duty as normal. I am acting as vice president, no change to my official status, and I do have all the right to stay or to leave the country. And the only man who is responsible for Tariq Al-Hashemi is the president.
Thank you so much.